Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a lovely IWC Pilots Watch Chronograph edition Antoine de Saint-Exupery. This is reference 3777-13, and it is the classic IWC Pilots Chronograph dedicated to the humanist, author, French resistance fighter, and airmail pioneer Antoine de Saint-Exupery. Now the timepiece is big. Not big pilot big, but close. At 43 millimeters in diameter, it wears large across my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, because from lug to lug, it's a mighty 53.5 millimeters. Now the spacing between the lugs is proportionally appropriate at 21 millimeters. The watch does have a broad stance on the wrist, so strap and lugs are proportional to the diameter. It's not terribly thick, nor is it thin at 15.6 millimeters, but with a little bit of a step to the case flank, it will slip underneath a jacket cuff, if not actual dress sleeves. The timepiece is comfortable. Part of the reason is because the lugs are shaped in a form that is sympathetic to human anatomy. You can see that they're tightly downturned, so this does aid the ergonomics. Still, I wouldn't recommend the watch for a wrist smaller than 15 centimeters circumference. The strap is a high-grade piece. You can see on the top a very dark brown calfskin with a sort of ecru simulated patina contrasting stitch that's nicely consonant with both the tone of the strap and the metallic brown bronze of the dial. You can see sheer cut sides. It is a very thick piece of leather, and it's provided by IWC's preferred high-end strap specialist. This one's from Santoni, and as you can see, it has that Santoni signal orange on the underside. It's worth mentioning that's not visible when the watch is on the wrist. Now, Santoni makes a hell of a strap, and IWC makes a simple, no-nonsense pin buckle, but you will notice that it's handsomely made, with facets, a combination of polish and satin, and as you can see, it's a handsome piece, and it could have been a default design. IWC leaving nothing to chance and nothing to suppliers. So, styling the case to emulate the long-running Mark series and Big Pilots, and the ethic of that Pilot's watch continuity has always been one of integrated lugs. You have a sweep of lug and mid-case that is horizontally satin finished, and you can see there's a little bit of a flared bevel and polish at the edge of the lug on all four corners. There are shoulders for the chronograph pushers to brace them against impact or shearing, and then there's a screw-down crown that endows the watch with 60 meters of water resistance. You can see the bezel is a fairly complicated affair. It's stepped in from the case band to reduce the appearance of visual mass, and then it has both a satin-finished vertical component and a polished conical component. The crystal is very lightly domed. It's almost flat in profile, and the dial is an exquisite sort of brown bronze, as I mentioned earlier. It's brown, but a lovely metallic sunburst with some undertones of gold. It's delightful, and it's a no-nonsense instrument-style dial that makes it quite easy to read the time of day, day or night. You have 3 sunken registers, and you'll note the characteristic 12-9-6 layout of a Valjoux 7750. You have the date complication, which makes this a very friendly compound complication. The chronograph when you need it, the date for daily use. Of course, the watch does have plenty of Super-Luminova on both indices and hands, all of it powered by an IWC caliber 79320, which is basically a very high-grade Valjoux 7750. 25 joules, automatic winding, 44-hour power reserve, 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate, a lateral clutch cam system for the chronograph, and I have to mention that this is one of the best tuned cam chronographs I've ever encountered. You feel it, and it's as sharp as a column wheel. If you didn't know better, you would take it for a column wheel. Have a listen. That's really as good as it gets in terms of cam tuning. Now, the watch does have a soft iron inner magnetic cage under the image of the Lockheed P-38 as flown by Antoine de Saint-Exupery himself. Soft iron inner cage, so the watch is both swimmable with the screw-down crown and 60-meter water resistance, and highly anti-magnetic, the better to deal with powerful home and office electronics, as well as static magnets and refrigerator doors, purse and wallet closures. I should also mention that the watch is secured against accidental blowout of seals and sapphire. If you are in a cockpit that explosively decompresses, this watch has been braced against that. So you have 3 degrees of security against water, against magnetism, and against an airborne worst-case scenario. More than you'll ever need, but luxury is about getting more than you'll ever need. Basic functions of the 7750 caliber also include a double quick set for both the day and the date, and a hacking seconds or stop seconds function. The watch is the full package. If you want a pilot's chronograph and you've got the wrist to pull it off, this is a lovely example from a brand known for its Pilots watches. This is like buying a Moonwatch from Omega or a Navitimer from Breitling. This one is right up there as one of the icons of its manufacturer, and a great manufacturer it is. You can see and purchase this IWC Pilots Watch Chronograph on the watch box. IWC Pilots Watch Chronograph.